All right, so of course, here's the fine art, and here's what happens when you walk in. You walk in and it says, oh, this guy's gonna do something to me, and opens right up. And if I wanna take a leak, just kick it, bada bing, bada boom. So super nice, kick it again, goes down. Can't complain about that. And I could also physically just take this and push it down, and it'll be fine. And then over here is our little screen, like I was talking about before. It's got some buttons on there. It's doing the flush. Nice little animation there. And yep, it's doing its thing. Very nice. We love a double flush. But yeah, you can see right here, the motion sensor went off, but 102 degrees on the seat right now, which of course can be controlled by the controller here on the wall. All right, so this is the remote that I was talking about. We have the massage, the night light. So for instance, I can press that, boom. You got the nozzle clean. And then this is where all the magic happens. We got the flush, which I can press right now, but I'm not going to. Feminine wash, posterior wash, and the dryer. And then here we have water temp, air temp, and the seat temp. And then of course we have the nozzle position and water pressure. So this of course is just adhesive. It's a remote, very nice to have. But yeah, super nice, simple experience. Lights off, never have to worry about missing, even though we somehow always miss, am I right, guys? But yeah, that's it. The HOROW T38 toilet, $1,100. Gotta say, I'm actually a big fan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in the special room in every house where you take a dookie. And we're gonna be talking about a smart toilet today, the HOROW T38. As you can see right here, this thing is special, which by the way, did I show you this? Look at this. Beautiful art. If you know, you know. But anyways, this is a smart toilet. It has all the bells and whistles you could possibly want for your rear end. Now, first and foremost, when you walk in here, the toilet seat will actually automatically raise for you. And if you're a guy who wants to obviously take a leak, just kick it, bada bing, bada boom. You don't have to touch anything, and you're still somehow going to miss the toilet and pee all over the floor and the wall. I'm speaking from experience. But yeah, when I want, I can just tap this again. It'll close this. It'll even close the top one. And yeah, it's still so weird to me. And then it'll do its thing. It'll flush. It'll do all the fun stuff like that. See? There's a little screen in here that you can see that we'll get a close-up of in a little bit. But yeah, flushes. Very cool. And it's got a nightlight built in. So if I turn this off, there's a little bit of a nightlight here. You can see it glow in the back. And actually, if I kick this up again, you can see it glows. So that's pretty nice. So you don't feel like you're gonna have to miss. But the seat itself is also heated, which is very nice. But of course, the reason that most people are excited about a toilet like this is the fact that it has a bidet. Now, specifically my dad. My dad said, oh boy, I'm excited. Let me sit down on that and give you a quick review. Well, after, you know, he mentally went through the warfare of, do I want to really let this thing do its thing? He has to say, it's actually a very nice experience. It's a posterior wash. You know, don't expect it to get in there and do some deep cleaning, but it'll kind of get things going. He loves like the 100 and I don't even know, 102, 104 degree seat. Every time he just, you know, he said in the winter, just puts himself on there and it's like a nice little toaster oven. Pretty nice. But the nightlight is amazing. My mom loves the nightlight. The fact that you can just kick the seats up, the seats go up and down. They do a free flush to keep things nice and clean. I mean, honestly, the bowl itself is like pristine, extremely clean. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when you know, Chili's, you get the triple dipper going, and next thing you know, it's like a work of art in there, you know? But this really perfectly clean, and there's a whole remote on the wall, which I'll show you in a second, but it has so many different things. You're gonna change the water temperature, the air temperature, because yes, it actually does blow air onto your anal region to dry off your butt, which is pretty nice. My girlfriend's filming, by the way, and she's making all sorts of faces behind me. So just keep that in mind. But you change the seat temperature. You can also move the position of the nozzle. So it's like, by the way, if the camera's shaking, it's because she's laughing. But it's like, where do you want it to fire? Do we want to go straight up? Do we want to kind of get there a little bit on the edge? You know, are we on the edge of glory? Or are we going straight through? And then the water pressure. So it's like, do you want to basically have so much shooting up there that's coming out of your mouth? You could do that too. Or you could just kind of get in there and rinse around. It also says there's a massage feature, which I don't think I've actually done that yet. But it also does have a feminine wash. So if you have a different body part that I don't have, believe it or not, then it'll also do a little bit of something there for you as well. But it's nice, it's all built into this remote that you could adhere to the wall, which is what my parents did. But if you don't want to touch anything and you're not too worried about that, you just pop a squat, walk away. It'll flush for you. If you want to pee, like I said, you kick the seat up, walk away. It'll always, when you walk away and there's no motion, it'll always close the toilet seat. It'll always be down. So your wife doesn't have to get mad at you. It's always down. So that alone is probably worth it for most guys. Now, the one thing I will say, there is a battery backup. So if you find yourself in a power outage, you might be like, uh-oh, first off, no bidet. Second off, how do I flush? Because you may have dropped 3 pounds of goodness and it's just going to sit there and it's just going to cook, you know? So not great, let me tell you. But the truth is, they give you a battery backup. I think it's an additional cost of $40. And you just hook that up and you'll be able to flush. They also do make a version that's, I believe, ADA compliant, and you're going to be able to actually flush with a physical handle. But this is the basic one, $1,100. Anyways, guys, we're gonna get some close-ups here, and that's really it. There's not much else to it. I don't know about you. Have you ever reviewed a toilet? Because I have not, and I don't feel like there's much else to say. A lot of people want to see me test drive this. I don't think I'm going to do that on camera. My girlfriend's shaking her head. As much as, you know, people would like to see me react to the bidet making contact, I don't think we're going to do that. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, check out the link down below in the description. And with that said, I'm Matt Philly or not. Get out of my face. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Doodles.